Okay, my name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video here, we got the Chrono Crystal guide. You're probably expecting this, you're probably needing this. We got Beast Gohan in the game, the new transforming Beast Gohan. We got two Beast Gohans. Again, it's crazy. But we also have Kaioken Goku, Evo Vegeta. So we got those two banners here, and you want to probably summon on at least one of them. So you're going to need the Chrono Crystals. I'm going to be giving you that guide. The information you need is in this video. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy. Let's get into it. Right, so before I get into anything, I think I should start this video with like the festival updates. So what I've gone to is the mission section. You see this 3,000 Chrono Crystals. That's what you really want. So the 3,000 Chrono Crystals is probably the big thing that you can get, right? So what you're gonna see here, when you're getting festival medals, you're gonna be able to get Chrono Crystals. So the main ways to get the festival medals, there are some in the adventures. So doing your adventures, you'd be able to obtain some medals. So you can see here, Festival Medal 2023. But I think the biggest way and the easiest way to do it would be by playing the raid. There's going to be non-stop raids, and Toshi said there was going to be 5. So if you go to the raid, you can see the raid boss strikes over here. We've got green topple, just let it load. And if you go to the rewards, it should be at the bottom. You're going to see here, yeah. So you get limited time rewards, and every time you play, depending on obviously the characters you have, you're going to get better drops. So what you're going to want to do is go to the news, and then from the news find where it shows you the raid, and then the raid section in the news will give you all the characters that you need so that you can actually have the best bench and get the best drops. So if I scroll down, you can see the drop rate up. You can use these characters here, and it's kind of ironic that you need the new characters to get more drops, but you don't have the new characters, so you're playing the raid. It's a madness. But yeah, you get the drop rate up and the drop amount up, and then these are some of the characters that are just the same characters, but they also help you get more damage or just to win faster. So you need a mix of both of these, and depending on how many of each you have, you're obviously going to get higher drop rates and you're going to get more of a drop amount. So you need both to work towards getting the festival medals so you can get the 3,000 Chrono Crystals. So if you really want to get Chrono Crystals fast, you want to really grind the raid. But in combination with that, when you're playing the raid also has its own exchange shop, and in the exchange shop you can get 700 Chrono Crystals per raid. So it's just more Chrono Crystals all the way to go around, but that's pretty much the biggest things coming out the festival immediately. I will just also add there is the login bonuses, so that's going to give you a bunch of Chrono Crystals, and prior to the festival starting there's this 2,000 day celebration, so thanks a ton missions. I haven't claimed them yet because I just wanted to show them, but yeah, I've got some Chrono Crystals there to claim as well. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that's come with the festival, but we're going to get into things that are already in the game. Most of you guys will know these things, but if you're new to the game, this will surely be helpful. Right, so the first thing I usually speak about is the raid, but I'm not going to go into it because I just went into it talking about the festival. But in general, what I want to point out is that there's going to be 5 raids. Each raid you can get 700 Chrono Crystals from the exchange shop, so you should make sure to play the raid, this one, but also the ones going forward. So even if you grind all of those missions to get the 3,000 Chrono Crystals from the missions, right, you should still be playing the raid every single week because it's giving 700 Chrono Crystals. The exchange shop will reset, so you want to capitalize off this, assuming you're under 20,000 as well. I don't have any raid medals, which is why I can't claim it, but you know, if you're under 20,000, you'll be able to claim it. Most of you will be anyways since you're watching this video, so make sure to capitalize on that. I wanted to emphasize that just for the sake, because it's not just for the 3,000 Chrono Crystals that you can get in the missions, it's in general throughout the whole period of the festival. There's not one on at the moment, but there will probably be a new battle royale that will start based around movies and the other tag, which in this case I'm forgetting, it's universe rep. So this one here is an old example. They did some random tags. It's already finished, but what's good about this is once you finish, you'll just be doing some PvP battles. So make sure to open PvP every single day when the battle royale is on. You get tickets each day, and you can only play within certain time slots, so you have to make sure you log in and play at those certain periods. You can see in this case the event times are there on the screen, right? Then you get the coins that you win. You go to the exchange shop, and there should be an exchange shop that says Legends Battle Royale like this, and you can get 300 Chrono Crystals as a result, if depending on how much you win, of course. So hopefully you're gonna get the wins, and then you'll be able to amount that to get Chrono Crystals from this exchange shop. It should come along maybe next week, the week after, but they do it quite frequently, and because there's going to be lots of banners dropping in the festival, they will be producing battle royales. They might do a separate one with superhero and then universe rep, or they might just combine it somehow. They do a lot of like different stuff. They use it as a testing ground, to be honest. So yeah, Next up, we got soul boosting. You can see there's all these characters here, right? And all of these characters can be soul boosted. If I change this section here, so the top left, and I go to unlocked boost panels, you can see the amount of panels that it takes to soul boost each of these characters, right? And you can see there's a lot of them that take 426. 426 is for the non-Zenkais. If it's 864 is the Zenkai. So what you want to look at is the non-Zenkais. What you want to do, probably start with your ultras and sparkings, right? And what you want to go ahead and do is just hold them, and then you can go ahead and just soul boost them. So press the soul boost button, and there's a button there that usually says soul boost. So I'll go to a character that I haven't done. In this case, I have to use a sparking. If I go to the bottom, you can see Frieza's here. If I go to soul boost, sorry, and then unlock all, you can see you can just do it in one go, and every time you do it, you'd be able to get 10 chrono crystals for about 100 panels. It gets capped at a certain point. I always forget the number. I think it's like 200,000 or something, or maybe less, but it's pretty easy to do considering there's so many characters, and you probably have so many souls anyways that you don't use. So go ahead and start with your ultras, go ahead and do your sparkings. You can start doing your EXs, and then to a certain point you'll get stopped. Now you're wondering where you can get these chrono crystals, right? What you're going to want to do, go to the missions. In the mission sections, you go to the event, so that's in the middle one. Just wait for it to load though. Don't know why it's taking forever. Should load up now. Yeah, there we go. Go to events, then you want to go to Z missions underneath here, and then somewhere here it should tell you soul boost, and every time you're soul boosting, you're going to be getting 10 chrono crystals, and you'll level up a bit with the Z levels and whatnot. When you're leveling up as well, when you get to a certain point, it's just chrono crystals every time you level up, but it's going to get a lot harder to level up anyways. So it's a 2-in-1 in a sense. Very easy to do, not complicated, just using resources that you probably don't use anyway, so you should capitalize off it. This method is for those people who don't care about slot removers. They're not really trying to grind equipments, they really just want to get chrono crystals to summon. So if you go to filter, and what you're going to do is find an equipment like this. So I go to Z. This is always an example I use. There's one that's I always use, is this one here, Dragon Fist, right? You're going to want to get a red slot. It's a very easy thing to do right now, especially in the Bonanza. So you're going to want to get a red slot of one of these plat equips for one of these LFs. The reason why they're good is because the third slot, you can see they have 3 options, so it doesn't work how the usual equipments work with the percentages. So in this case where it's 3 options, I have the lowest one, or I have the medium one, right? And it's a Z. But even if I re-roll it and I get the lowest one, so I'll actually do that for you. I'll give you a live example right now. I'll re-roll it and get the lowest one. Even if I get the middle one, it's fine. It will just be a Z. Look, 10% is still a Z. Now why this is good is that every time you get a Z, it actually counts for you completing a set of missions. So I believe it's every 5 or 10 you get a Z, you get 10 chrono crystals, which is crazy. So if you have 999 slot removers, imagine how many chrono crystals you can get. In your gift box you might have more, in your exchange shop you have even more. So if you're going ahead and do that, you'll be gaining a lot of chrono crystals very easily. You can see there, and you go claim them in the same place as the previous. So you go to your missions, go to your events, go to Z missions, and you're going to see there's a mission that shows up about Z equipments. I've already completed it, there's a limit, but there's also other ones about A equipments that I haven't completed, which you can also see. So you're getting a 2-in-1 when doing that. If you want to know where you can get the equipments, you should go to the event section, upgrade, ultimate equipment collection. You scroll to the bottom and you can see there's a bunch of equipments that can do that similar thing. Not all of them do. So for example, I believe Margin Vegeta's doesn't. If I show you his doesn't have any of those like 3-option, 3-tier slots, right? They all have percentages, so that's not a good example. You should use one of these ones at the bottom. Jiren's is a good example. Bardoc's work. I think Dragon Fist works. G4's definitely works, but I just use 4Qs. I already have a Z+. I have 2 Z+, but I have a Z as well that I use as an example all the time. And just get a red slot on the first slot, or a high yellow slot. Get the middle slot decent enough, and then the third slot, even if it's the lowest, it will always be a Z. So you want the base level to be a Z. Then you'll never touch the first and the second slot, but the third slot is what you re-roll. Even if you get the biggest slot, you just keep doing it so you can get the chrono crystals. I just finished my dailies. I'll get into that later though. But yeah, next up we got Let's Fight. It's generally just friendship rank. Now you never thought you'd be able to get chrono crystals from doing your Let's Fight, but you can. So cool. What you want to do is form a team like I have, so I'm going to show you here. And what's good about this team is that every single equipment has this on it. You can see the friendship equipment. I have it all at the godly tier, so it's the highest level. They all have the 3% slot. It's a 3-tier equipment on every single slot. Now if you put this on every single one of your units on one team, so you're going to need enough for the whole team, you'll be able to get a higher amount of friendship rank. Now why this is vital is because every time you level up with your friendship rank, you get chrono crystals. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it right now. I'll check if my Android's 18 is level 1. Yes, she is. So if I play this one right now, I can give you a live example. She will level up to level 2 because all of the equipment's on the team, so it gives her a multiplier in a sense, and she has it on herself as well. And then once I finish, I'll be able to get just a couple chrono crystals, maybe like 3. It's not a large amount, but considering that you can do this every single day, it will actually stack. It stacks. So you can see hopefully she levels up. One short, literally one short, but cool. Do the next one. You've got 3 levels. You'll be able to level up very easily and you'll get 3 chrono crystals. I wanted to give you a live example, so I'm going to run this one as well since I can do my dailies. I don't often get to do my dailies in this video because I often do them straight away, but it's okay. But yeah, every day you just pick a new character, preferably a character that's level 1 so they can level up pretty fast, you know, and then they will get to level 2. Sometimes it'll be in the 1 battle, sometimes it might take 2. In this case it took 2 for me. So you can see I got 6 chrono crystals, which is insane. But if I'm doing that every single day, it's a small amount, but it will stack up. Something easy you can do. It's not the only way. There's a story mission as well, but I forget the one. I'll probably put it on the screen or something, but you should definitely take advantage of doing this small thing if you're serious about grinding your chrono crystals. The story mode, although it's tedious, it's easily one of the easiest ways to profit with chrono crystals. I'm not even caught up at the moment, right? But there's so many stars to be achieved that offer chrono crystals. I like to use part 2 as an example. So you can see the 728. Not every single star is free chrono crystals, but every star pretty much is a challenge. So if I do 728 and I times that by 3, so you can see here 728 and I times that by 3, that's 2,184 just in that one alone. And for every single mission that you do in the story, not the challenges but the battle, every single battle that you do, if you just clear it, you get the first time clear. Then if you go to events, you get missions from the Z missions, so it's another 10 over here for just the story. I believe I have to scroll and find it. There's one that says, oh, you cleared X chapter, so you get chrono crystals every single time. Like, it literally is every single time. Let me try to find it so I can actually show you. Here we go. Part 14, book 6. Just for clearing it, you literally get 10 chrono crystals and you get 30 of the Z thing, so you can level up as well. And then over here in the more legends missions, for clearing challenges, you're going to be getting a bunch of chrono crystals. If you're not caught up, you're going to have a lot of these chronos here. So overall, it's probably the most efficient way of getting chrono crystals in the game, and you should be taking advantage of it without a doubt. This should go without saying, but you should definitely be playing all the events. So I spoke about the raid already, but the champion bonus here, you can get chrono crystals for the clear. You can see it's not telling me how much, but I think it's about 50, maybe even 100. So that's something you can get pretty easily. This here, there's a Gohan youth. You get first time clears chrono crystals. Take advantage of that. I don't think full power battle gives you chrono crystals anymore, which is unfortunate, but there is the Zenkai rush battle that does if you haven't done it, so take care of that. You really want to prioritize things that are disappearing, which is why I'm doing this segment. So you can see they say 4 days left. It's more wise to do those than things that are like 18 days, but sometimes this might be low, so you should prioritize clearing the whole thing. These don't expire, so unless you've like done everything, then you shouldn't really be worrying about this, in my opinion. And then some of the things they don't give you chrono crystals. So if I go in this section here where it says upgrade, if I go to the super exp battle, I might get chrono crystals for the first time clear, but then these challenges don't give me chrono crystals except the challenge complete, so I don't really want to prioritize them either, and they don't disappear. Don't forget there's special missions on the side as well that give you chrono crystals too, but it depends on how many stars you have the certain units to be able to clear it. So for example, if I go to this one, I don't have the red Turles, the EX one, 14 stars, so I can't do the battle 3. But it's up to you. You should be able to do at least the stage 1, which is easy chrono crystals, and there's other events all the way down that you could play. Again, they don't expire, so you shouldn't prioritize them, but definitely get them done. At the time of making this video, Legends came up at 6 on the day festival starts, so today's a Friday, but PvP doesn't open up until 9 and it's about 8 something, but PvP can give you 1,000 chrono crystals every 2 weeks, sometimes 2,000 chrono crystals every 2 weeks, or up to 3 weeks. So just by playing and placing in the top 10,000, you can easily obtain that amount of chrono crystals. I can't show you, unfortunately. Maybe I could show you in the news when they talk about just ranked PvP in general, but I can't show you because it's down. It will literally tell me PvP is in maintenance, so you can't play, and that's tough. But yeah, just definitely try to form one good team, one team you can rely on, and then once you're using that team, it will be enough to get you to top 10,000. Yeah, there's nothing about PvP here, unfortunately. If I go into, you'll see it literally says day update, even worse. So yeah, just play PvP, man. Even the treasure battle gives you chrono crystals. If you're lucky, you get RNG. You can win chrono crystals from the treasure battle, so take advantage of that as well. PvP is very much slept on. It does require a lot of consistency, but once you get good at it, it becomes so easy. If you just have one good team, you will regret that you didn't do it earlier. In the same way that PvP gives you chrono crystals, Tournament of Power does the same thing. Every 2 weeks you can get up to 1,000 chrono crystals, but I don't see them ever double the chrono crystals in Tournament of Power. What you want to do is really just make it to the top without dying. It's very important that you don't die, otherwise you won't be able to place in the top 10,000, because this game mode works on a multiplier basis. So don't die. If you really need to, go ahead and heal, but you should avoid healing as well, because you will miss out on points. If I go over here to the eye, so the information, Tournament of Power takes forever to load, but hopefully it loads fast today. Then there's going to be like a season details where I can show you the rewards. So you get, depending on your battle score, you get a certain amount of chrono crystals. Depending on where you land in the percentage of the world, you get 1,000 chrono crystals. You want to land in like the top 25% to get 1,000 chrono crystals. And then just for making it to the top, you also get, I think it's 300 chrono crystals. And then in the missions, there's a Tournament of Power section, which you also get some more chrono crystals. So it's just a bunch of chrono crystals from Tournament of Power, which you could be easily getting. If you want to know a team to use, this is the team I use, and it only works because my regen team is Z plus equipped to godly equips, all of them. So regen is a very healy type team. I don't have to ever heal because they all heal each other. I believe Fat Boo heals, I believe the Super Baby 2 heals, and this Piccolo heals. So that's 3 healers on my team. No matter what, I can keep rotating and everybody will still stay in high health. I'm not saying Regen's the best team, but it's a good team to use. If you don't know what team to use, you could go to the eye and just copy a team that other people are using. But in a lot of cases, those are very like skill orientated teams for Tournament Power. Crazy, right? But what I advise you do, join Pomzor's server. It should be on the screen, and as Deke on YouTube, they both do Tournament Power. I'm not experienced in Tournament Power, but I know enough to get top 10,000. So yeah, that's what I recommend. That's the information I've got for you. Good luck with that one. So many people sleep on hyperdimensional co-op, but it's such an easy way to get chrono crystals if you play it consistently. So when you play hyperdimensional co-op, you get your first 3-time limited rewards, which is like with every game mode. You get your challenges that you can do as well. But with the dual coins that you get, right, you can take them to the exchange shop, and in the exchange shop you can exchange for chrono crystals. It costs 4,500 for 300 chrono crystals. 100 chrono crystals is 1,500, and you can only buy it 3 times. So I just did the maths for you there. Every day you're getting over, I believe, maybe 300 dual coins with like the extra drops that you get. So yeah, definitely just go ahead and play hyperdimensional co-op, because why not? It's extra chrono crystals. It is a bit tedious, I know, and it's maybe boring, but it's not hard to play. It takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes of your time in a day. So go ahead and play hyperdimensional co-op if you're really serious about getting your CC up, man. We've come to the mission plan, and you always want to choose the Battle Lovers plan, even though it's the most difficult, but it's not really difficult. They're just trying to scare you away. You just have to PvP a lot, and then you'd be able to complete all the missions. And there's some other missions such as getting your adventures up and whatnot, and you don't even need to actually complete the adventures, you just need to embark. So that's something you should pretty much note. There's 70 missions in the Battle Lovers plan, and I believe if you are paid to win, you can get the premium and you will be able to get 2,000 chrono crystals. But if you're free to play, you can only get 500 from the normal, but in total you get an extra 1,500 if you buy the premium. It costs, I believe you get a discounted £4 for the first time, £3, and then you get the full price normal, which would be like £8 or £7 or something like that. That's in British currency, so in dollars it'd be like maybe just a bit less, $3 or $2. I don't even know for the first time, but I'm just knowing from my experience. But it's something I definitely do recommend you doing, regardless of if you're paid to win or not. It's easily something that you can profit off from doing every single 2 weeks. I believe it lasts for 2 weeks. So yeah, mission plan, don't miss out on it. The stamp rally, you saw it pop up earlier at the friendship point. Get your chrono crystals from doing your dailies. The dailies are super important. You gotta be consistent though. So if you're doing your dailies all the way through, you'd be able to get 1,000 chrono crystals from a 14-day period. But if you don't log in every single day and do the dailies every single day, then you'd be missing out on the bulk chrono crystals. As you can see, it gets bigger as you go along. So 50 at 5 days, 100 at 7 days, 12 days you get 200, and 500 on the last day. So overall, just keep playing it. I'm on my 3rd day. It just cleared it 3 days ago, so I'm going for another lap again. I'm very consistent. I've never missed a day to my knowledge, but yeah, just make sure to do the dailies in general. This next one I'm talking about is luck. So there's 2 places that I know that are always there, but there's a 3rd one now. So the first one would be PvP treasure battle. They give you chrono crystals depending on what drops you get, so it's all down to whether you're lucky or not. There is the weekend adventures every weekend, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You can also get this adventure and it drops 100 chrono crystals if you're lucky. So that's just down to your luck again. You can't force it to happen. And then the 3rd thing they've added for the festival is the spin the wheel thing when you log in. It's the first thing you do. It's RNG as well. So again, it's not in your control, but that's why it's called RNG. RNG stands for random number generator. It's generating random numbers to give you a certain output, and it's not within your control. It's just the computer doing its thing. If you get lucky, then you're good. It's the same way summoning works. It's not within your control. It's a gacha game. It's gonna be a big element within the game overall. So yeah, you just gotta accept that. There's not much I can show you because 1, it's not the weekend right now. 2, I've already logged in, and 3, PvP's down at the time I'm recording this, so I'm cooked. But yeah, those are the 3 ways that are really RNG right now. Just take those in, just so you don't miss out on any opportunities that you could get chrono crystals. I think even Hoi Poi, I think they took it out, but there is, you know, the steps are guaranteed, so take that in as well. The last section I'm gonna mention for this video is the shop. Now the shop is super hefty because you have to use your real life money, and I know a lot of you guys are not going to be paid to win, but I still have to mention it because it's an option that you have. If I was going to recommend something to buy from this shop specifically, I would say you definitely should consider the mission plan. It's probably the most profitable thing you can buy. The red and the silver digger robot, more so the silver one, even though it costs more, you get more chrono crystals in less time, which is why it's better. The 1000 chrono crystal sales, so there's the step 1 that gives you 2, so it's about 1000 and something, but then there's also just the 1000 one. Those ones are also good as well, so those are like the ones I'd recommend. And I'd also say like the monthly one and the weekend one are really good, but they cost a lot, so I wouldn't push them out. I just say if you have the money and you wanted to really pick something out of anything, I'd say go for those. But it's just an option to put out there. You don't have to use it, but in case you do want to consider, especially because it's the festival, you might want to know what's the best options, at least in my opinion. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, doing this guys, so you guys can get your chrono crystals. My hair sticking out, that's wild. Good luck on summoning if you're going for Beast Gohan or you're going for Kaioken Goku, SSBE Vegeta. Whichever side you pick, there's still part 2 and an ultra. There's more chrono crystals to come, so don't be too hard on yourself. Just try your best to get the unit that you like, and if you don't get them, I guess you might get them later in the future. But I appreciate you guys for watching, man. Press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 100,000 subscribers. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.